Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will talk about proxy. We'll discuss about forward proxy and the reverse proxy. The easiest way to understand the difference between a proxy and a reverse proxy is to look at who they are protecting. A forward proxy, often called as proxy, sits in front of clients or users and protects them from the internet. A reverse proxy sits in front of servers or web applications and protects them from the internet. Here is a breakdown of how each one of works and why they are used. A forward proxy protecting the user. When you use a forward proxy, your computer does not communicate directly with the websites you visit. Instead, you send your request to the proxy server. The proxy server fetches the web page on behalf of you and then it sends the page back to you. To the website you are visiting, the traffic appears to be coming from the proxy's IP address, not yours. Common use cases: anonymity and privacy. Hiding your IP address from the websites you visit, similar to a VPN. Bypassing geo restrictions, connecting to a proxy in another country to access content logged into that region. Then, corporate or school filtering. Organizations use proxies to block employees or students from accessing certain websites like social media or adult content by inspecting the outbound traffic. Reverse proxy. When a website uses a reverse proxy, you do not communicate directly with the actual server hosting the website, means the backend server. Instead, you send your request to the reverse proxy. The reverse proxy then routes your request to the appropriate backend server, gets the response and sends it back to you. You, as a client, only ever see the IP address of the reverse proxy. You have no idea how many backend servers there are or what their internal IPs are. The common use cases of a reverse proxy are load balancing, distributing incoming traffic across multiple backend servers to ensure no single server gets overwhelmed. Then the security and anonymity for servers, hiding the internal IP addresses of the application servers to protect them from direct DDoS attacks or hacking attempts. Then SSL and TLS termination, handling the heavy CPU work of encrypting and decrypting secure HTTPS traffic, freeing up the backend servers to just serve the content. Then the caching, storing copies of frequently accessed pages like images or static HTML and serving them directly to the user without having to bother the backend server. Here is a quick comparison between the forward proxy and the reverse proxy. The location, it sits in the front of client and the reverse proxy sits in the front of the server. Client protects the client, whereas reverse proxy protects the server, which is the application. Traffic flow, the forward proxy starts from the client, then the forward proxy and the internet. Whereas the reverse proxy starts with the internet, then the proxy and the server. Anonymity. Server does not know about the client. For the reverse proxy, client doesn't know the server. The admins for a forward proxy, the admins are a normal user, a school, or an employer. For the reverse proxy, it will be a website or the web application owner. Let's talk about few real-time examples of both forward proxy and the reverse proxy. Content filtering. Block social media sites and inappropriate content while caching educational resources for faster access. This can be used, the forward proxy can be used in the schools, colleges, or any organization or company to restrict some of the inappropriate content to be accessed by the employees, by the students. Then the AI data scrapers. Large language models LLM providers use rotating forward proxies to scrape the web for real-time data by constantly switching IP addresses through a proxy service. They can gather news and forum discussions without being flagged as a bot or hitting rate limits. Next is travel aggregators use proxies in different regions to fetch localized pricing for flights and hotels. Journalist protection. A journalist working in a high surveillance region uses a forward proxy to hide their original IP address. This allows them to access restricted information and communicate without revealing their physical location to local ISPs. For a reverse proxy, let's talk about few real-time examples. CDNs like Cloudflare and Akamai. If you visit a major site like the New York Times or Discord, you are not hitting their actual servers first. You are actually hitting a reverse proxy like Cloudflare. This proxy handles DDoS protection, filters out malicious bots, and serves you a cache version of their site from the data center physically close to you. The Netflix SSL offloading. Netflix uses reverse proxies to handle the massive amount of TLS SSL termination. The specialized proxy servers manage the encryption, decryption of your massive movie stream, allowing their backend database servers to focus entirely on retrieving the video files and managing your watch list. E-commerce load balancing. During a flash sale, a retailer like Amazon uses a reverse proxy to distribute millions of simultaneous shoppers across thousands of different backend servers. If one server crashes under the pressure, reverse proxy instantly reroutes shoppers to a healthy one so the site stays up. Microservices in apps. Apps like Uber uses a reverse proxy as an API gateway. When you open the app, your phone sends one request to the gateway. The reverse proxy then splits that request up, sending one part to the map service, one to the payment service, and another to the driver matching service. Here is a quick check. What is what? If you want to hide your identity from a website, then you have to use a forward proxy. Hide a server's identity from the public, use a reverse proxy. Block users from seeing a bad site.com, you have to use a forward proxy. And if you want to block hackers from attacking your company, then you have to use the reverse proxy. Thank you.